No, I like those old Stoics. And part of the secret of a long life that's worked as well as mine is not to expect too much of human nature. It's almost bound to there's almost bound to be a lot of defects and problems. And to have your life full of seething resentments and hatreds, it's counterproductive. You're punishing yourself and not fixing the world. Can you think of anything much more stupid than trying to fix the world in a way that ruins yourself and doesn't fix the world? It's pretty stupid. I just don't do it. I have a rule for politicians, and it's a Stoic rule, and I quit claiming to use it. This worked so well for me. I always reflect that the politicians are never so bad you don't live to want them back. When I was young, the California legislature was full of small-time insurance brokers and lawyers looking for an unfair advantage. And they were being entertained with restaurants and with prostitutes and bars by racetracks and liquor distributors and so on and so on. Fade in, fade out. We have a different kind of a legislature now. And I just want all those old crooks and lobbyists and prostitutes back. Oh, you laugh, but you young people, you're going to live to wish we could have that Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump were immortal.
Good morning, Mr. Munger. Raj Brahma from the San Francisco Bay Area. We all know you're an avid reader. Could you share a reading recommendation for us, potentially a new one, that maybe fundamentally change your viewpoint on something?
Well, there are very few 95-year-olds that are changing their viewpoint on things. But I do find that there are amusing anecdotes and so forth that I occasionally read and like. But I like the old anecdotes pretty well, too. Like that one about the bat and the horse. It's so obvious, some of these pithy stories. The storytelling really works to get messages around. One of the interesting things is look at our modern politicians and then think about Abraham Lincoln. Who in our modern politician reminds you of Abraham Lincoln? In either party. Lincoln at one time was hired by some guy whose partner had died, leaving practically no money and wife and 3 children. And he owed some money to his surviving partner, and the surviving partner came to Lincoln and said, I want you to collect this money. And Lincoln said to this guy, he said, well, he says, you look like an enterprising fellow who can get that much money back pretty easily through a little effort. And if you want to wring a little money out of this poor widow and her 3 children, you'll have to get a different kind of lawyer. Does that remind you of any of our modern politicians? That was Abraham Lincoln. What a story. No wonder he's remembered. And you know who deserves the credit for Abraham Lincoln and never gets it? Is his stepmother. Abraham Lincoln was the child of 2 illiterates. But the stepmother, who his father just married in desperation to help raise the children, she took a shine to Lincoln and saw he was bookish, and she helped him all the way along. I'm going to donate a picture of that stepmother eventually to a particular place because I admire what that stepmother accomplished in life. Imagine being responsible more than any other person for the life of Abraham Lincoln. Next.